Hello and welcome to another edition of Insight, a Greater Cleveland Partnership feature that focuses upon areas of interest to the Greater Cleveland business community. I'm Alicia Washington, and joining me today is Marty McGann, Senior Vice President of Advocacy for the Greater Cleveland Partnership. So the FY 2019 federal budget is going to be released today. There are a number of top priorities that GCP will be watching and analyzing over the coming weeks. Let's talk about a few of them, starting with NASA. What can we expect to see in this budget?
Yeah, NASA has always been a top priority issue for the Greater Cleveland Partnership. For decades, we fought to maintain their budget, to grow their budget. NASA Glenn, right out by the airport, has 3,000 employees, some of the smartest, hardest working folks and high salary folks for our region. We will be looking at this budget to really get a better understanding of what the President's proposal last month around redirecting NASA and really focusing on the moon will do to NASA Glenn's budget. They've been strong in a number of programs over time. We'll be looking at the solar electrical propulsion program to make sure that there's funding for that and that sort of activity can continue at NASA Glenn. We'll also be looking at kind of where NASA Glenn is going. We've often commented that communications is a strength of theirs and is a focus, so we'll be looking at what the budget tells us around those programs as well.
That's great. So the Great Lakes has also been a top priority for this region, protecting them, enhancing them. What are some of the provisions we expect to see in this budget that impact the Great Lakes?
Yeah, Greater Cleveland Partnership has advocated at the federal and state level around water quality issues. We've long been involved with the Great Lakes Restoration Initiative. It's a $300 million annual issue to restore our Great Lakes across the Great Lakes region. The budget a year ago proposed the elimination of that program. Our members of Congress, bipartisan, both sides of the aisle, fought strenuously to make sure that that program was maintained at the $300 million level. We'll look at this budget and see what it's offering for the Great Lakes Restoration Initiative, and again work with our members of Congress to make sure it stays at that $300 million level.
Right. Now, there have been some federal incentive programs that GCP has long championed, like new market tax credits, historic tax credit, other provisions of that nature. Are there anything related to these federal incentives that we should be looking out for as well throughout the budget process, or are there just any updates that you can provide about where those programs stand?
Yeah, the new market tax credit program was continued in the tax reform proposal that passed late last year. There was a period of time where we were worried that program could be eliminated. It's only continued for another 2 years, so 2 tranches of tax credits to incentivize investment in regions like ours across the country. We're going to be working with our members of Congress to make that program permanent, or at least extend it for many more years than the 2 that are currently offered. And this, again, is not a partisan issue. We've had Senator Portman, Senator Brown, the members from across our delegation echoing how important this program is and needs to be permanent, so we'll be working hard on that. Also, there is an EB-5 program. It's a foreign direct investment program that incentivizes foreign funds coming into regions like ours for investment. That program has had, it's been tied to the various spending bills, so it's only continued till March 23rd at this point. And these short-term sort of extensions haven't really allowed for the momentum in the program to continue and to grow. So we're really hopeful that we can make some needed reforms to that program, but really continue it for a number of years and really provide the stability to the program that's needed. So we'll be talking to our members about that over the next couple of weeks and months.
Great. Well, thank you, Marty.
Thanks, Alicia.
And thank you for watching another edition of Insight. Stay tuned in the weeks and months ahead as we continue to focus upon areas of interest to the Greater Cleveland business community.